Welcome to the Honor the Gift podcast. I am your host, Art McCracken. I specialize in transformational leadership and high-performance coaching. I've worked with hundreds of companies and thousands of individuals along the way, helping them achieve greater outcomes in all aspects of their life. I'm a speaker and writer, but at the end of the day, none of that holds a candle to being a husband, father, and friend. I believe the greatest gift in our mortal existence is the gift of choice. How we honor that gift will shape the eternities. I also believe that career is a way of being and not just a way of life. And when you figure that out, by learning to let go of the charades and leaning into growth, life just seems to unlock itself. I know this because I've lived it. Quite simply, my calling is people experience living true. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making the commitment to lean into growth. I honor your journey. Now, let's do this. Hello, friends, and welcome to another weekly episode. This week's topic is Let It Go. In The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday, Ryan shares this profound insight from Epictetus. The beautiful and good person neither fights with anyone nor, as much as they are able, permits others to fight. This is the meaning of getting an education, learning what is your own affair and what is not. If a person carries themselves so, where is there any room for fighting? It challenges us to let go of the petulant stranglehold we have on be right by pursuing and cultivating our own affairs. According to Dr. Stephen Karpman, who's the father of the modern-day delineation of the characters of drama, he says at the very root of all drama there exist three primary characters: victim, rescuer, and persecutor. One cannot exist without the other. In fact, each bids and actively pursues planted roots in each other. So in this case, I'll refer to the be right role and characterization of the persecutor. Their need to be right and to be seen above another is a role well played. The persecutor always looks for the very little, tiniest opportunity, sometimes big opportunities, for another person to rise above them or to shine bright in contrast to their own persona. In fact, they'll actively seek out moments where their superiority can be displayed and a dominion over another can be had. Seems like more and more these days we find the option for be right in play as a choice. And sometimes it's a tasty option as we try to navigate this human dynamic. We're always jockeying and trying to figure out who's the best and who's most important, or how can I be more visible. It's an easy path and one that doesn't require much thought or innovation. In fact, restraint, it asks for none. And for someone with the need for visibility, it's a very savory tool. Hello, friends. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying this week's episode. If growth, personal growth and development is your thing, and you're here learning and leaning into growth, glad you're here, glad you're part of the community. If you want more of this, make sure and hit subscribe in this podcast platform or any of your favorite podcast platforms. Search for Honor the Gift podcast and make sure and subscribe so that it shows up each week with new updates, new conversations, new learning, new ideas and concepts, again, to help us all in this journey we call growth and how we make it through life and the way that we show up for others. Also, if you are looking for more information, deeper dives into some of these conversations, and just an update to stay in the loop, you can always go to choiceisthegift.com and click on subscribe, where you'll be in the loop on things that are upcoming and more updates on this podcast. Again, thank you for being here. Now let's get back to the episode. Time wasted and significance cast by the wayside. You see, there's really little time in this life for this sort of nonsense. If we understand the potential impact and influence we have as human beings on one another, we should find very little time to self-serve in a war of wit and words. I've been a time waster myself and a non-foster for others when I've fallen into this trap. It's an easy one to lose sight in, and certainly has a whipsaw ego opportunity and effect to it as well. The older I get, the more I realize that life is full of vibrancy. The reverence I feel for others' struggles, because I've had struggles on my own, but certainly their path to overcome those struggles and path to grow and path to become more self-aware. It's a reminder to me of the thinly veiled connection that we all have with one another. Differences subside, hope and gratitude surface. Cheering rather than chiding provides a more lasting providence. When we're free to focus forward, a simple yet profound call to action might be to stop waiting for permission to do the things that bring you joy. And oftentimes the things that bring us joy are not tied to be right. Joy is the fruit of abundant service. Joy supplants victimhood and persecution. Joy is the deep emotion that is felt when our desire for happiness aligns our heart, mind, and body in service to a common good. Drama doesn't have to be an option. Be right is a choice. Learning to let go, more importantly, learning to let it go, the thing that we hold to and grab fast to and use in a manipulative way, learning to let it go is a practice. Remember that growth is always a choice. Until next week, my friends, make it a great one. And remember to always honor the gift.